Hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jerome Raysano, streaming all the way from Davao City. It's a great Thursday for everyone. Of course, joining me today is another lovely, beautiful, co-host. Hi there,
Thank
Sheen.
you. Hi, everyone. Joining all the way from Dubai. This is Sheena.
All right, how
And
are you, Sheen?
welcome. M. I'm
How
okay.
are you?
I'm excited.
Yes, I'm so excited as well because one of our member of Hakbang Pilipinas is now celebrating his birthday. Happy birthday to Jimbo Sanchez. Ayan,
Okay.
so kasama nila ngayon si Shaila tsaka si Owen sa Claveria
Yes. So,
Butuan.
habang
And
nagbabakasyon sila, nagtatrabaho kaming dalawa dito.
nagtatrabaho kami para sa kanila. Hindi, kunwari. Hindi, kami ang host, kami ang nakatoka today. So kami ang makakasama nyo all the way up until 6:30 in the evening. And of course, if you'd like to, join us with us, keep it locked here sa ating FB page, Hakbang Pilipinas. You can also view our Facebook, our live stream sa YouTube namin, ang aming Hakbang Media. And of course, all of the Tiny Prince fans dyan, you can share this live right now because today, Hakbang Pilipinas will talk about COVID conversation over coffee, the importance of creative collaboration and prints. Right, Sheen?
Correct. Ang galing mo talaga, Jerome. Yan ang hindi ko magagawa ang intro na ganyan. Buti na lang sumama ko ngayon. Thank you,
Alay mo
guys.
talaga sinabi yan.
Yes.
Tatawa tuloy ako. Well, anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, sa ating mga manonood ngayon, please help me welcome our first guest. Actually, apat to di ba? Magkakaibang kulay
Yes.
ng buhok, magkakaibang
Oo.
tekstura ng buhok, and tumatawa sila sa backstage, di ba? Dahil magkakaibang itsura, magkakaibang hulma, pero iisa lamang ang kanilang mga layunin, ang Tiny Print. Ayan. Come aboard! Joining with us is your story, Kimmy. Hi, Kim.
Yes. Hi, Jerome. Hi. Nice intro. Thank you so much.
Ano yung pag-usapan natin na gagawin mo ngayon?
So today we are gonna introduce our printing studio. So, am I gonna introduce myself also?
Yeah, you first, and then
Okay.
you'll pick one for the other guest.
All right. Hi, I'm Kim. I am one of the co-owners of Tiny Print Room, which is an independent print and design studio in Manila. And I'm also part of the Hackbang team. So I'm very grateful that they invited us to have a conversation with them. So I would like to also introduce the three other ladies who are gonna be joining us: Joy, Anna, and Diana.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello.
There you go.
Hi. Good afternoon.
All right, so We would like you to introduce yourself. Let's go sa ating naka-red ngayon na buhok or maroon ba to?
Hi guys, I'm Enna. I'm the paper buzz ambassador for Tiny Print Room, which basically means I handle marketing and a little bit of community management and customer service. Yeah.
Wow, awesome. How about the smile parang Miss Universe, so who will be the next? Sino sa dalawa? Ayan, so
Friends.
Ano ba
let's go with a decaffeinated. Let's
Hi, my name is Joy. I'm the chief print and paper product officer of Tiny Print. So basically, I'm the right hand person of Kimmy. So yeah.
The right
Ano pa
person
may-
for everyone.
wow.
So I help her with some of the admin tasks. I help her and the rest of the team strategize our products and how we add value to our services, and also we all work together on how we communicate what our mission and vision is, whether it's on social media or elsewhere. So I by profession I'm a writer, but I also do film photography on the side. It's my like creative outlet.
Wow, that's awesome. So I guess ang next nating the Sheena is the left hand kasi right hand daw si All right, so archives
Kanda
and
na wrong.
yeah, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Diane, and I'm the print and paper sniffer of Tiny Print Room. So basically, I oversee the production of the prints before we turn it over sa printing side and sa pagpass ng print sa client. So I make sure that those prints are in good quality and the layouting. So that's what I do here. And also, this is one of my passions also, print engine making. So I'm very thankful and I'm very blessed now. I was able to join here with Tiny Print and to share them what I can offer them for with my skills here. So
Let me just clarify. No one's my right hand, left hand, whatever. They are all my business partners in Tiny Print Room. So Tiny Print Room wouldn't be complete without all of them. So
Paano
Wow.
did you guys get together ba?
Oo nga.
paano nga? During the pandemic.
No.
Who's gonna-
Seryoso?
Really?
Well, we've been friends for a long time na. Parang we met each other because of the film photography community. Tapos, I think we just clicked as friends. So we went to photo walks together. Tapos we gathered like in coffee shops and then show our zines to each other and then our artworks to each other. So parang creative sharing community talaga siya. Tapos, yun, during the pandemic, I was so bored to death. Tapos,
All of us were bored.
tapos parang
creative block.
ng creative outlet talaga, kailangan ko ng something na makaka-release, na makaka-express. Of course, during the pandemic, everybody's like getting depressed or getting lonely because you're all quarantined, you don't see each other. So parang, I invited the three of them to like Zoom meet with me. To think na hindi din naman ako mas-Zoom person, di ba? And then all of them also are not a very Zoom person. Tapos parang, I'm so glad that we agreed lang. Sige, parang, we just made our Saturdays like some sort of a creative conversation, creative accountability, ganon. And then eventually, we were able to make a zine because of that. So I think Enna or Joy or Diane can share the story about it.
Okay, go ahead.
Ayun nga. So to add to what Kimmy said, we were really brought together by a common interest for film photography. So even before the quarantine, we would hang out as a group and we would go out and go on photo walks and basically go to art exhibits and stuff like that. But what's interesting about how we were formed is that we actually had our separate cliques when it comes to the film photography community. So whenever we would go out, we really stick to different people. But now, given that the pandemic happened and um, a lot of things were sort of put on hold, it's really interesting because similar to what Kimmy said, I'm also not very keen on having conversations over video calls. I really prefer it face to face. And then just one day, Kim just reached out to us and said, "Are you guys available for a Zoom call?" And it was so out of the blue, but it was so interesting at the same time. We were like, "What's this about?" And then when we met, it's basically sort of like a creative exercise for us female photographers and as female artists. We just basically were having a hard time pushing through with our creative works or even conceptualizing any creative work in general. And so what we wanted to do was sort of form collaborative effort so that we would be able to come up with something and sort of have accountability to push each other to come up with creative work. So that's actually how we came about our zine, which is actually published in Bangkok. So
Wow.
I think Diane and Joy can tell us something about that zine.
So that zine was born out of since it was born out of our Saturday meetings, we decided to call it Saturdays Aren't the Same Anymore. So yeah. So it was our take on how things were back then, and how different it was around the time that we started meeting. So it was just a collection of photos that reminded us of how our Saturdays used to be. Like, we used to hang out together, used to go to photo walks together or eat out, just basically spend our time with each other or elsewhere and not really confined in our homes. So it was meant to be a just a creative exercise to um like jog our minds when it comes to being creative, because for a long time, for example, in my case, I'm used to shooting portraits, and it involves meeting people, so I'm not really comfortable with self portraits, for example, but I like communicating and photographing people, learning about their stories, creating stories with them. But then, because of the pandemic, there was hardly any of that. So it was difficult for me, for example, to become creative again during the pandemic, until Kimi asked us to start talking about creative accountability and being creative again. And by chance, it was Diane who saw that this studio in Bangkok was looking for zine makers who would like to share their creations, their zines with the Thai community and the rest of the world. So we got together, we sat down every Saturday for a few weeks, and then we thought about how we would like to approach it. And then out of the blue lang talaga yung pagde-design and like putting together. But I'm glad that I think Diane and Anna can um, say more about this now. Very fluid lang yung pagle-layout, and then Kimmy and I were just like, oh, maganda naman pala, even if we kind of just
Oo.
winged it.
Parang
Yeah.
parang 2 hours lang namin siya ni-layout.
Yeah. As
Tapos
in, ano lang,
nagtawa-tawa kami with
we went on our gut feel, and then we were like, parang medyo, let's switch the photos, let's switch the order, and then let's take a look at how it looks like once we put it together. And then it was Anna and Diane who took care of the layout, and then all of a sudden, wow, may zine na kami. May quarantine
Wow.
project na kami.
And
And
we got lucky na they printed us also, right? I
yeah,
think
we were selected. We were one of the projects. Ours was one of the projects that was selected for that
book
event.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah, a book fair. So yeah, it was really a fun and very creative moment for me, joining these three girls and us putting together something that was born out of our creative intuition, if we can call it that. So
Also, creative frustration.
yeah, especially that. Yeah.
And it's a good thing that is in that we produce because it is also in line with Bangkok, Space Bars in Bangkok's theme, nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about reminiscing what we usually do prior to the pandemic. So that's why we came up on what we usually do in during Saturdays. What was it before? And they wanted us as artists to capture it in our zins, and on how we would express our memories prior to the pandemic. So it was really surreal as well as we lay out our work. Also, yeah, it was as like what Kimmy said and Joy said. It was really fast when we did the layouts,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a really cool brainstorming session. At the same time, we get to execute our work very fast because I think during this pandemic, super deprived talaga tayo with our creativity. There are no more events, fairs to physically share our work. So,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah.
I guess this was the
Yeah,
light at the end of the tunnel.
especially when all the events are canceled. Tapos,
Yeah.
parang
Yeah.
we were, yeah, usually there are book fairs, physical book fairs and conferences na we could join. But this one, for this project, it's the first for, I think, Bangkok Book Fair to be an online thing lang. So, which is
Mm-hmm.
nice. So hopefully next year, hindi naman, I mean, hopefully the dream is maging physical ano na siya when COVID is over. So anyway.
Mm.
So you were the only Filipino photographers who were invited to join.
I
No,
think there were
merong
No,
isa pa.
There's
Oh, there are
another.
other.
yeah.
So we are two groups of
Mm-hmm.
women. Women.
Yeah, same,
Yeah.
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 Yes.
Real power, yes. From the Philippines. Two
Yeah.
groups of women selected from the Philippines, which is really um a great honor to be representing
Mm.
our country and to be
Mm-hmm.
chosen as well. I think they have a lot of artists from other countries who are aiming to join as well. And we're so lucky and grateful that we were selected to share our work to the other community, other countries community.
So you need to make your countrymen proud. Parang Miss Universe lang. Kailangan mo iuwi ang corona afterwards. Okay. Anyhow, talking about these pictures, naghalungkat ako ng mga pictures niyo, from your
Naghalungkat
pages. So,
talaga.
we will be yeah, we will be showing it here one by one, and then we would like to know what's the story behind these photos, okay? So, I'll
Okay.
start it. Let's start with this photo. What is this all about?
That's the scene. That's part of the
That's
Saturday.
oh yeah, it's part of our Zin. One of
Mhm.
the pages in Saturdays are not the same anymore. That was my photo, my piece of shot there. So all of us, the four of us, we have 5 photos each that we've contributed in the zine. So you'll see
Mm.
other photos of our tiny print roommate there. So at this particular shot, because I'm
It's
a
Japan.
traveler. Yeah, I'm a
Mhm.
traveler, so I'm a jet setter. So I was supposed to go to Japan again this last June,
Mhm.
and sadly, because of COVID, everything is cancelled. So what can I do? What should I reminisce? I want to reminisce my
Mhm.
travels back in Japan. So the only way I could express it is to share it to our Zin, to our worker Zin. And for sure, a lot of people also who are supposed to travel then this year, but
Mhm.
um, they are like what I am experiencing right now. All of them got canceled. All of them, are very upset on what happened. So the only way I could the only way I could express my frustration, I guess, and our may reminisce about it is to share it in the Zin.
Nice.
Right. So we have a next photo to share. Okay, give me 1 second. And
Drum
here,
roll.
here you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's my shot as well. Yeah.
Another page
Japan.
of the
Yeah,
zine.
this one is in the
From
Philippines, so
this
that's
one.
the BGC. It looks like in Japan, but it's not. But the other one is from Kyoto.
I
This
mean,
is
who are these two girls?
These two girls, they're some random tourist, I guess,
tourist.
in Kyoto.
Mhm.
I don't know that girl, those girls. But this one is my sister's friend that
Okay.
we were doing photo walks in BGC.
Hmm.
So for her fashion shoot, so that's one of those.
Okay, that's nice. This one.
Yes, that's one.
Do you see this?
It's still the same photo.
Oh, I see. So the trick that I'm doing is not working. Let me do the other thing.
May magic trick pala si Jerome.
May magic trick tayo dito kasi tayo lang matutulungan, 'di ba mga kapamilya? Bet.
This is the joys of live streaming. Ayan,
Yeah.
that's the
Oh
cover
yeah.
of our zine.
That's and a
This
shot.
is this is a double exposure taken in Poblacion. So we all
Mhm.
know the Poblacion is a very busy place, bustling with life, but now it's everything is closed there.
Mm-hmm. So
So
you took
base
this during this lockdown?
no, this was before the
For
lockdown.
the
Mm.
Okay.
What we did
You
was
know,
see we pre-selected a group of photos and then we sort of collectively decided which one would make the cover, which one would make the back cover and stuff like that.
Mm.
So
which photos would make sense put together ganon and
Yeah.
tell a story.
yes.
So
if I can just revise the title of this, that would really suit to pandemic. I would say every day aren't the same anymore. That's the
Ah,
one.
that's so true.
so
Every day is
That's so
every
true.
day is
So
tama
wag
yun.
wag niyo ako
Pwede.
i-copyright kapag ilalabas ko yung libro ko.
Also, also the new abnormal. Kaso nakuha na ng the strokes. Pero ang ganda
Ah,
na. The new
The new
abnormal.
Saka
abnormal.
nakuha na din ng The Ordinary Products ang The Abnormal Beauty. Sa kanila na yun na brand eh.
Ah, yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
Right.
galing
Just
nung
so you
pasok
know.
ni Jerome.
oo nga
Why,
eh.
ito naman The
Ang
Ordinary
product.
Sponsor tayo dyan.
Ang
Baka
product
naman, the
ay
ordinary.
Oo. Photo natin eto. Napakaganda nito. Napaka-pleasing sa mata.
oh. Yeah.
Mm.
So those are film photos also of my shot and Diane's. So as photographers, we like taking pictures of random stuff.
Mhm.
Sometimes we just even take photos of yan nga, mga flowers, ganun, and find
Yeah.
beauty in the
It's
mundane things,
it's a
right?
special eye to see the beauty. Kasi I mean, it's beautiful. Pero ako, like, when I see something beautiful, it's hard for me. Ay, parang gusto ko nilang tignan kasi hindi naman ako magaling na photographer. Hindi ko siya kayang i-translate to a beautiful photo. Get? So, titignan ko na lang siya. Pero,
Pero for sure, konting angle, lower angle lang, ganun. Kaya mo yun.
Yeah, agree. This is so nice. All right, next. Medyo ang dami-dami kong nakuhang picture sa inyo guys. Pero napakaganda kasi. Worth it naman
Marami
siyang i-share.
kaming photos.
Oy, the same
marami
pa
rin
rin.
nag-share si Kimi.
Oo,
Oo nga.
tinambakan ko lang. Ito, show it. Everything.
Wait,
Just kidding.
sige. Ikaw na ba,
This one.
Jerome? Tatanungin dapat kayo.
Oh, yes. That's mine.
These are
Wow.
prints by
Yeah.
Princeton. And the
Yeah.
words of joy.
So, wait,
Yes.
these are the actual prints that you guys do.
Yes, this was actually printed out by Tiny Print Room prior to me joining the team. So back then kasi when I go to zine fairs to sell my zines, and I also ended up selling prints for for my artworks, my photography. So some of the prints that I made, I turned into postcards. These prints, these photos were particularly made with because I collaborated with an artist, an illustrator abroad. I think she's based in Germany. Yeah, so we collaborated on a project together, and then I
Mhm.
ended up printing them out as postcards. So
Cool.
see, knowing Kimmy, I asked her to if she could print it out for me because I was going to
Mhm.
attend a zine fair and they wanted to sell these. So I took a picture and showed her, "Hey Kimmy, it looks nice."
Mhm.
So yeah.
What are zine fairs? So you're mentioning it, but I'm like, I don't understand what it is.
Basically, zine fairs are events where you gather with your fellow zine makers. So you self-publish stuff like a simple magazine or even
Okay, so
your
it
own
comes from
book.
the word
Or
magazine.
photo books, yeah.
Yes, or photo books. So
Uh-huh.
me in particular, I make mostly photo zines. So I make like self-published magazines out of my photos, and then
Ah,
Mhm.
every year there are a couple of events used to be used to be a couple of events almost every year that I attend to share my work and also to sell them for those who want to buy. So eventually the people who make zines, they also started selling prints, especially photographers like us. We
Mhm.
usually include prints to sell along with our photo zines. So yeah,
What
basically that's yeah, that's just
what
it. A gathering of zine
Mhm.
makers.
what I appreciate about this is yung collaboration with another artist from another
oh.
country. So
Yeah,
parang
so the illustrator, siya yung nag-sketch ng mga
Yes.
pictures. Ang galing, I love it. I love
Yeah.
the idea.
So
Yeah.
pinapili ko siya actually. I told her, you can select whatever photo that you want from my website or my social media, and then I'll send it to you, and then you can doodle over it. And so, wala ako masyadong direction sa kanya other than that. I let her decide what to sketch, what to doodle. And then that's how it turned out. I really liked it.
Which is
Especially
really
in
cool.
print. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. Parang ano siya, parang sang cartoon na movie na nag-turn out into a live
yeah.
one, a picture still. That's nice. Okay, we still have more photos to share. And the next one is this. Oh, 'di ba? Nandiyan pa rin siya.
Yung magic trick mo parang hindi
That's the
gumagana.
joy of live streaming.
Oh,
Live
hindi
streaming.
nagko-cooperate. Ayan. Akala ko may word 'to.
Ayan,
Oh,
okay.
yes.
Yeah.
That's mine again. That's one of the photo zines that I made last year, I think, or a couple of years ago.
Mhm.
It's just a collection of my favorite travel snaps from my time in Penang because it's one of my favorite cities in Asia. So
Is
it's
that from your solo travel?
yes, yeah.
I have
So
that.
Wayward kasi is one of my photo zine series. So this is the third installment already. So Wayward is basically just photos that I took while I'm like aimlessly wandering around or traveling.
So you were just traveling alone sa time na 'to, right?
Yes.
Were you just like imagining you will be with that guy kaya mo siya dinrawing diyan?
No, I wish, but
Nag-eager love pleasure.
this
Sorry.
particular photo, this is actually a photo. The drawing that you see there is a mural by an artist, a street artist in Penang. So this artist combines murals with objects. So
Actual object.
ganun yung art concept niya. And then I passed by it. And then I took a picture and I thought, wow, ganda palang cover nito if I make a zine out of my travel photos.
Mm.
This
Parang
is
he's popular talaga in Penang, 'di ba? Parang I've seen that as one
Yeah.
of the tour ano talaga. If you're gonna tour there, you must see
Yes.
his artworks kasi parang
One of the landmarks na.
yeah. So parang siyang Banksy-ish
Yeah, parang
ng
ganun.
Movement.
video.
Cool.
that's nice. Okay, up next is this photo. Please share us some thoughts about this. Ta-da!
Ayan, that's my shot. Very memorable yung shot na yan because me and my friends, Aika and Anne, went to Samar for a getaway. Like, para, ano yun, makalimot. Just, Tapos, there was a,
Wow.
there was a,
Nakalimutan.
sorry. There was a koi pond, and then, ano lang, parang I just found it interesting, their movements, and then I decided to like take a slow shutter photo, even if it was daylight. So parang I like
It's
the
artwork, like
yeah,
a
it-
painting.
yeah, exactly. So parang but it's a film shot. So it's shot on film, and parang when it turned out, when it got developed, ako din mismo na surprise with the shot because it did look like some sort of oil painting, diba? So parang
Galing.
Kung ilalagay naman natin 'to, Kimi, sa konseptong comedy, since nag-travel makinig ka, kasi since nag-travel ka, para makalimutan mo talagang i-autofocus 'tong picture. Yun yung parang
may point ka dyan.
yeah, which is maganda naman talaga. Nakakatawa 'to sa iba, pero there's a story behind it, 'di ba? True naman talaga sa mga tao yun na, ay, ano ba yung picture na yun? Parang blurred naman kasi alam niyo gumagalaw yung isda, pero bakit hindi to focus, ganito, ganyan. Pero there's a
No,
story
for me,
behind these pictures, right?
for me,
No,
I
ako
thought
sin-
it was like artwork, like a painting. I love it.
Sinadya ko talaga siyang may motion because it for me lang, it's boring na to take pictures of isda na focused.
Ang ganda ng pagkasabi mo kanina ng motion. Maganda yung motion.
Motion.
Alright.
Sorry.
Okay, next photo to share is this one. Tan tadadaan. This
Ay,
one.
ako na naman yan.
Ay, ikaw na naman to. Sige.
Swimming pool lang yan, actually. When shooting kasi, like the mundane things nga, parang we always, like, as photographers, you would want to like look for the light every time para magkaroon ng depth yung shots mo. So this one is just a normal swimming pool, pero yung light was hitting the water really nicely, so I took a shot. So that's it. Na parang, when I see it, I just love this photo kasi when I see it, it just gives me some sort of serene feels. So
It doesn't makes you feel like you're drowning through problems.
meron ako isang shot yung si Borgie, yung parang nagda-drown sa yun yung favorite ko na ano. Na drowning shot. Drowning.
That's good. That's good. Okay, up next, we still have 4 to go. This is the next photo.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I love
This is my favorite shot of Kim's.
Oo, ang
Thank you.
galing.
Sa may kamuning yan.
Queen of slow
Come on.
shutter.
Oo.
Pero,
It's like
pero bakit may tao dito, Kimi? Parang horror
Emotion.
movie.
Hindi pa pedestrian.
Parang
Parang horror film eh, no?
Ang galing. I love it.
Thank you.
No
This one's, sa kamuning GMA lang yan.
Okay.
Sa
So,
kamuning
not the network. Okay. Alright.
Hindi,
Oh, no.
exactly. Doon yun sa may GMA network na side. Because
Kasi parang
I came from MRT, tapos umuulan, and then the lights were reflecting along EDSA.
So this is the EDSA Kamuning,
Yeah.
ganon.
EDSA kamuning yan.
Okay. Hindi kasi naririnig ko lang yung mga EDSA Kamuning, hindi ko napupuntahan.
Oo nga kasi daw.
Traffic ko dito sa EDSA Kamuning, Kabayan, ganon. Next, eto. Napakagandang story at nobody was here.
Ay, wow. That's one of my zines. I think I made it 3 years ago out of boredom. Kasi I like taking pictures of empty spaces, empty places, ganyan. And then the title of this zine came from a graffiti that I saw, which said nobody was here. So, na-intriga ako kung how I can interpret it into like empty spaces. So, the premise of this zine was basically a selection of empty places that I imagine to be there used to be someone in these spaces pero ngayon wala na sila. So that
Kala
just
ko someone, love life. Sorry.
Pero may
Parang your
people are
stories
more
are
artistic after ng heartbreak.
Yeah, mga artist, ganun talaga lagi ng hugot eh.
Tsaka nagpapabangs daw sila after. Charot.
Oo.
So, may dala ko ditong bago lang, fresh na fresh.
Different musicians, di ba?
Ako na-interpret ko tong picture na to ha, in a comedy way. Comedian tayo ngayon. Parang ito yung
Lagi
sagot
namang
ng
comedy lahat sa'yo, Jerome. Sige, let's hear your
parang
story.
positive lang tayo. Parang scene of the crime operatives, nobody was here. Sino ang may sala? Nobody was here, sir. No one. Ganon. Okay, down to the last 3 photos tayo. Eto. Wow.
Ayan, that's my shot also. And yeah, this is the son of one of our photographer friends, Miss Erdine. And then I was with Shyla when I took the shot. Shyla and Kuya Jimbo. So we went there to like yun, rest and vacation ulit, go to their farm. Tapos they were swimming, the kids were swimming, and then the light again was hitting his face really nicely. And then parang he went through some sort of dive, and then yan, I just took that moment, and then it turned out that way. So it just made sort of parang made me feel na this is some sort of metaphorical na sometimes we all feel like we're drowning or with our worries and stuff. So parang this one is trying to get out of that ish. So anyway, moving on.
All right, that's nice. That's nice. Okay. Last 2 is this.
Okay, this is mine also. I know.
Is it still the same person?
No. No. Matanda, biglang tumanda yung banda.
Yan yung tinatawag na pagdating ng panahon. Tatanda din siya.
Time traveling photo. Biglang tumanda.
Hindi. So, this is our friend. So, sa Sally 16. He's our Italian intern before. And then, yun, swimming again with all the other friends. And then, the light again is hitting him really nice, the pool really nicely. So
nasan yung nakaharap siya? Wala. Charot.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is our last photo before we take our break.
Oh wow, that's mine again. That's one of the spreads from my Wayward Penang zine. So those are some of the photos that I took during my travels. And these were particularly interesting to me that in the sense that they were floating communities, parang communities on stilts sila. So these are some of the oldest and still remaining in Penang. So I decided to take as much photos as I can.
All right, thank you so much. So, more of that photos ay magaganda at makikita niyo yan sa mga website nila. So, Sheen?
Ayan, okay. We're just gonna take a quick break for one of our sponsors, and we'll see you soon after this.
Mountains, trails, waters.
Sa bawat tugatog, sa bawat liko, sa bawat alon.
Out in nature, in the wilderness, in the great outdoors.
We inhabit these places, find space where we belong in the openness.
Where the thrills are never-ending and the possibilities are limitless.
Umaakyat, tumatakbo, at lumulusong.
We bathe in the warmth of the sun. Embrace the biting cold of the breeze.
We trace beginnings as we lie on the earth.
Connect in-betweens as we map the constellations above us.
We inhabit these places. At naninirahan din sila sa atin.
They dwell inside of us, shape us into who we are.
Tayo ang mga bundok, tayo ang mga daan, tayo ang karagatan.
We are one.
We rise above challenges.
We blaze through hurdles.
We ride the restless waves of life.
We are resilient, mindful, responsible.
We are people of great outdoors. So no matter where we go,
saan man tayo dalhin ng bawat araw, pagkatandaan.
This is who we are.
There you
Ayan.
have it.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. We're totally back. So thank you so much, ROX, for sponsoring Hakbang Pilipinas. And of course, we just talk about tiny prints, pictorial photos, photographers. Right now, we'd like to welcome all them again to our
Oh, back
live
again,
stream.
I just wanted to say that you have to keep an eye out because Hakbang and ROX are going to be doing something really soon. It's a surprise, so keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, so I hope you guys, and I hope no, these four photographers out here will be able to capture all of those activities that Hakbang Pilipinas will do soon sa ating mga sponsors. And of course, would like to give a short shout out sa ating mga viewers dito. I'd like to say hi to Lunsay Occidental. Hello, Sir Jerome. I miss you. I love your voice. So I miss you too. Hello, sir. Ito din, we have may fun time
Parang
isa.
alam niya na pinapakanta kita kanina.
Hindi kasi nakatrabaho ko to si Sir dati. Yan si Diane Delphine. Self-publishing and selling prints can be so scary. I'm so proud of you girls that you're acknowledging your own magic and grateful that you have chosen to share them with us. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Diane.
And si Diane din. Joyce is also ano yan? Ayokong sabihin yan. All right. So going
Ayan.
back to our topic, yes, Shane, go ahead.
Yeah, so I want to know lang what's the story. I mean I know the story. Kim sent me what the story was about, but I wanted to come from Kiwi, her own words, how she got into printing, art, printing digital. Of course, in this day and age, paano nagsimula ba yan?
Yeah, as a photographer kasi, I have been shooting a lot of digital photos before, and I've never really enjoyed it as a hard print or as a hard copy or a print. And one time, Sammy, my daughter, is like doing some digital art, and as a way for me to encourage her, I said, "Yeah, let's go print this. Para you can sell it at a bazaar or something, just to encourage the little child, of course, in her." And then,
wait, how old was she when she was doing already digital art?
I think 6, 7.
What?
So yeah. So yeah, that was when she did that. Parang it also inspired me because to print my own photos and also enjoying the process of seeing your photo from your imagination, your idea, and then process, develop, and then finally having it on print is it's something magical. I think there's something about the process of uh, um, parang there's something about the process itself pala. So parang there's beauty in looking at it. So yun. And then when we went to the bazaar art fairs, there's like a lot of people asking, "Where did you get this printed? Do you want your I want mine printed as this also, as good as this also." Kasi syempre, having technical background with photography and then knowing which ones yung printable photos, ganyan, or whatever, helped me have the confidence to say, yeah, I can help you with that. Tapos, eventually, I just took one order and then another and then sunod-sunod na siya. So, and then that's when Tiny Print Room happened. Kaya siya Tiny Print Room because it just started in a small room, literally, printing small prints. So, that's the name. That's how the name was formed.
Wow, that's so nice. So how is it like managing a business, during this pandemic, Ina? Do you have any thoughts?
Anna.
It's okay. Before before we answer that question, I think I'd like to jump from what Kim mentioned about printing your work. It doesn't have to be just for photographers. So to everyone who's watching, it's sort of it's as easy as immortalizing your memories or like printing photos from your travel so that you have something to look at after, if we're, especially now, hindi tayo makapag-travel and we want to reminisce about our previous travel. So you can definitely do that with a postcard, or you can print your photos and then send them to friends and then add like a little note on the side to make them remember that you're thinking of them or something like that. Anyway, to answer your question, it's a bit difficult, but it's also really interesting at the same time because we get to adjust and to work with the limitations that we have. So that's one. But of course, we would prefer meeting in person and really working on something hands-on and something tangible that we all could see. But given nga that the pandemic happened, this is something that we have to, we just have to adjust basically. So, ayun.
So
Guys, wanna...
I think this is also an opportunity for us to help other artists, other photographers to dip their toes into having their works printed, whether to sell it or just for their own personal consumption or to share with friends and family. Because a lot of the photographers and artists that we currently cater to, they are interested in either decorating their spaces with their photos, let's say travel memories, or even we also had people printing out wedding photos and display it in their living room or personal spaces. And I think printing is a lost art in the last few years, maybe even a decade already, since we're so glued onto our phones, and looking back at photos has translated into like swiping randomly at Facebook or Instagram posts. And we feel that it's a lost opportunity for people to like really feel their memories, because anyone who's had who's had a print held in their hands will tell you that why does this somewhat look different when you're holding it compared to like when I see it on my phone or I see it on my screen. It's I kind of keep telling people whenever, because I'm like in my family I'm the only one who prints photos these days. I want to tell them that this is an opportunity for them to um bring that back. Yeah.
Yeah. Oo nga, kasi I feel like the actual photo, ano nga, nakakamiss yung magkaroon ng gano'n, yung titignan mo lang siya, like meron, I remember back home in the Philippines, we had these suitcases of old photos when we were kids. Alam mo yun, tapos sasalukin mo siya, tapos you'll see random photos of those years. Parang, di ba,
Moms
parang,
and grandmas, they do that.
pero I mean, now I've actually been thinking like these days, like, so parang yan, like in the future, like you're just gonna be like scrolling through your phone. Parang iba pa rin talaga yung how to show
Yeah.
people your ano no. Pero yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with, I guess, taking lots of pictures. Pero parang I guess you just choose na lang no the very precious moments.
Yeah.
Obviously, mga everyday stuff baka yun. Pero definitely I can see like for special moments kailangan din yung ano no.
Yeah, there's a joy talaga when you see something like really hard copy na it's like it's different. Like when it's on your phone, it's different. But when you see it as a print, like just you and a person together, like me and my daughter on a print together, makes you feel different when I look at the photos. Like parang yung, if you remember, di ba, before we put pictures on our wallets.
Yeah.
So parang just for memories, and then it feels different. So parang
Yeah.
call us old fashioned, but it's kind of like that. But
Yeah, I
iba pa
totally
rin.
agree. Just
If
to
you
add
want
with that,
you have
before,
the ano.
if you have your camera with you, you took a photo and that's gonna be selective kasi sayang yung yung film. So dapat
Yeah.
pero right now it's gonna be an unlimited photo pero nasa stock lang sa phone mo, nasa store lang sa phone mo.
Yeah.
You're not able to
And
share it. Tapos bibili ka pa ng mamahaling photo album, 'di ba? Kasi kailangan idikit tapos lagyan ng cover, diba? Ipapakita mo sa mga anak mo, so no, ganito ka nung bata ka, ngayon wala na puro na lang sa memories na
Yeah.
album, right?
I guess just something, having your work in print form, I guess there is something special about it because you would get to appreciate the effort that you've put into in taking those shots, and then seeing them, appreciating them in print form. I think it's another level of appreciation besides looking them at screen. And sometimes, like you guys, do you feel eye strain when you stare at your screens, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you look at it. So having them in print besides na eye care friendly siya, it's you would really get to appreciate in print form yung how that artist had put their efforts and their process in creating that work to
Mhm.
have it printed in that way, and you would get to see the details that you would get to see the specific details na hindi mo makikita on screen, and the
Mhm.
colors that they've specifically chosen for that print. Um, that is what I've noticed as well with other artists who had their digital works. Have they had it in printed form? Yun ang expression nila always. So that's why us in Tiny Print Room, not we are not only encouraging photographers but also artists to have their works printed to make it more special as well.
Mhm.
Kasi you know, puro in this day and age of smart screens, smartphones, we sometimes get tired of it.
Mm.
And we are looking for a purpose then as well with
Yeah.
our works. And this is, besides of reviving this print as a lost art, I guess besides reviving it as well, I guess this is another chapter in leveling up their works, in expressing their works as well. So
Mhm.
Exactly.
So do you guys also do like arrange the layout? Kasi like I feel like what's the difference of just like printing the pictures and sticking them on pages na ano? Do you also, kasi feeling ko with the way you were describing talagang may specific kayong job na kailangan pulido, maganda ang tingin. Do you also
um
do that?
Yeah, well, in our zines, me and Joy, in what we do, because we have different styles as photographers and as artists, we have different styles in layouting our zines, our works, and how are we presenting our photo zines. It can be asymmetrical. She wants it symmetrical, or it depends on the artist and how are we going to express our photos and in layouts. So it depends. It still depends on how would we want to present it, and of course to our customers or viewers as well, they would find it really interesting to find different varieties on how we present our works in print form. So they are also capturing ideas that they haven't seen it before, which is really nice. At least um they
Yeah,
are
you can put it on your
interested.
wall like that, behind,
Yeah,
behind,
I,
behind the
ayan.
I have a
So,
lot.
yeah, also mine here. What?
Wow,
I
I
have a
see.
lot.
That's
Teenage
nice.
printer in around there as well.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for, sharing all of the thoughts and experiences. I know you were able to, inspired. Kasi madami din tayong mga friends diyan na mahilig din sa mga old mga prints, alam yung sa ano yung Intax, ano ba 'yon? So,
Intact.
Instax, ayun, 'di ba 'di ko alam basta 'yun. Makita ko lang 'yun sa isang photo, sabi ko na ayun yung film na ginaganon, alam ko na 'yon.
Mm.
So ganito, what is the future of Tiny Print after COVID? This is your time to plug or to invite people meron ba kayong tinatawag na tiny workshops para doon sa mga aspiring tiny printers na mga kagaya nyo? You can now plug your pages.
I think for those who want to get their photos printed by us, they can visit our Instagram to see what our prints typically look like, and how our order process works, stuff like that. Or if they have questions regarding the stuff that they want to print out. And also, it's where we make announcements for, let's say, we have a new product coming up, for example, that's where people can learn about it. And they can also follow us on our Facebook page. And for us in the coming months, since we're planning to launch new products, we really hope that our viewers right now would start following us. And we are planning to have zine printing very soon. So It's a process that we're still learning, and it's something that all four of us will be totally hands on when it comes to developing the product. And if let's say a photographer or an artist wants to make a zine out of their work, and they want to collaborate with us when it comes to the design, the layout, we're very open to that. So
Thank you. Kimmy?
So yeah, Tiny Print Room is a passion project, and it's a dream, our dream, to like make it accessible for all the other artists, photographers, and everyone who just wants their photos printed, to have the access to a print studio online. So that's the dream, and then someday we will be able to like produce and help other artists and photographers to create their own scenes and photo books and stuff. Pero that's a long-term goal pa. So right now we are just a small independent print shop, but hopefully with the help of Anna, Joy, and Diane, we can make those vision and dreams happen. So ano ba? On 11/11, wag na kayong pumunta sa Lazada. Joke lang. After
Mag-Shopee
nyo,
po kayo, wag sa
after
Lazada.
nyo,
Shopee po
after,
kayo.
ay, sorry. After nyo mag-Shopee, yan, punta kayo sa grand launch namin. We will be launching new products, and we will be sharing more events and stuff that we are planning for Tiny Pursuit.
Wow, that's
So,
nice.
wow.
Anna?
Yes.
Is
So
there anything?
to add to what Kimmy said, we just encourage everyone to try it, even just once, to try and print your work, even if it comes from a phone, even if you feel like it's not that good, because you'll be surprised with the quality of the print once you try, looking at it at a different angle than from your phone. So we print our photos in old mill paper, so you can really see the difference once you look at the paper, once you touch it. So it's really interesting. And again, to add, let's continue the conversation over at Tiny Print Room. We have a live stream that's going to happen on 11/11. If you're curious about printing or about zine making, about anything related to photography or the arts, we can help you with that. And we're going to launch a lot of exciting things this month. So watch out for that.
Thank you.
To watch for
Archive.
our new upcoming product. This is in November 11, and we are looking forward to be able to print your photos. And if you have questions, please do ask us, inquire with us, and we would be gladly to answer your questions and to be able to help you out with your print needs. Also, it's not it's we encourage you guys to practice, I guess, archiving your works, because sometimes you can't rely so much. Sometimes, not all, not always, but we can't rely minsan sa storage then, because sometimes yung storage of the hard drive sometimes na-corrupt, diba? It has that
Yeah.
tendency na ma-corrupt. So it's good to have your photos to be printed then as well. So you at least you have backups as well when you
Wow.
do that.
All right. Thank you so much, Tiny Prince roommate. See you at the backstage.
Thank
And
you.
congratulations ahead for your 11/11
Thank
grand launching
you. Thank
right
you.
after Shopee 11/11.
Right after Shopee. Thank you, Sheena and Jerome. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
Thank
so
you, guys.
much.
Nice
There you
try.
have it, ladies and gentlemen. We were able to, get along with our Tiny Print Rooms roommate. I am so honored. I am so happy as well because meron palang different story dong ipiprint mo yung picture mo rather lang ikikip mo sa phone mo, Shin, right? Lalong-lalo na ako
Oo
mahilig ako
naman.
masyadong mag-selfie. Hindi ko na peg yung magpiprint-print pa ako lalo na wala akong printer. Pero there's yung sabi nga ng isa, sabi nga ni ano, sabi ni isa sa ating mga guests na iba pa rin yung kapag na-print mo yung picture mo tapos nawak-hawakan mo, it feels different and I wanna feel that again. Kasi parang feeling ko elementary days pa ako na nakahawak ng isang picture ko na nasa ano talaga, nasa photo paper.
Oo. Tsaka yung nakaayos talaga, like one day pag matanda ka na, pag ano mo sa
Oo.
baul, may picture ka ipapakita.
Oo nga.
Kasi nangyayari ako
Exactly.
na, like, I think the pictures that I have, like, printed, siguro, when I was just back home in the Philippines, and that was the last time I've had anything printed. So, parang, the years after that, wala na akong actual solid evidence that I lived. Kumbaga, parang
Uh-huh.
ganon. Diba? So I
That's
think
right.
that's
So,
the sense of printing. Anyway.
Yep. Thank you so much to all of our Facebook Live viewers. We will be having a special episode maybe this Saturday together with Owen and Shyla, together with Travel Club Philippines and ROX. So get to watch that. And of course, we will be having another episode, COVID conversation over coffee next week, Thursday, same time, 5:30 p.m. Only here at Hakbang Pilipinas page and our YouTube page, Hakbang Media. This is Jerome, your host from Davao City.
And this is Sheena, all the way from Dubai. Thank you,
And you're
guys.
watching COVID Conversation over Coffee. This is Hakbang Pilipinas.
Jerome.